Hi, and welcome to June's newsletter. And it's been a really interesting time, this transition from May into June. I have to say, I've been really impacted by that energy shift. And of course, June, we're coming into that pivotal time, that midpoint of the year. We've got the winter solstice, which will be coming very soon. Winter solstice for us down here in the southern hemisphere, summer solstice for those of you watching in the northern hemisphere. And it's a really, really interesting time. For myself, I've been really caught quite off guard by the physicalness of what's been going on, feeling really ungrounded, quite dizzy, lightheaded, can't quite focus. And then there have been days where I've just felt really overwhelmed. And that's been really interesting because I've noticed that I'm overwhelmed. So therefore, that's that double impact of, oh my goodness, I'm feeling really overwhelmed. So it's a really interesting time. In Celtic and sort of that Scottish mythology, if you will, it is our winter time. It's the time for the Yule log being burned, and it's a ceremony of going into that hibernation. And certainly for us down in the southern hemisphere, we are moving into a period of hibernation. And in our physical sense, our body needs time to regenerate, recalibrate, and just reintegrate into itself, because we can get quite scattered in our hectic, busy, non-stop life. And so the winter time, that hibernation mode, we have to come back to self. And it's a really wonderful opportunity for us to just reflect, well, what has the first 6 months of the year brought into our lives? Did we set our goals? Have we achieved some of our goals? And where are we going for the next 6 months? So we're at that, as I say, that midpoint where that time of just thinking and connecting to self and being quite still. So it's really interesting how the planet is affecting us. Remember, the planet itself is pivoting on its axis. So we have this shorter day. And when I was reading some of the notes about some of the significant things, it's like apparently the sun is standing still whilst the planet is pivoting on its axis. So we're creating this real dynamic shift in the solar system, and you may be impacted by that as well. So just be really kind to yourself. And I've said that to all of my clients who have been phoning in and connecting for their sessions. Lots of clients feeling really quite stressed. Stretched is a word that one client uses. Feeling overwhelmed, feeling a little bit discombobulated is another phrase another client has used. And it's just that awakening of our circadian rhythm coming into this new season. So we need to be really kind to ourselves and not hold ourselves to account too stringently. We need to be a little bit more forgiving. So just bearing that in mind. The shortest day coming up is a time to really reflect on what we do with our time. Because once the shortest day is over, certainly down here in New Zealand, where we're always a day ahead of the rest of the world, it's a real pivotal point culturally down here, in that the shortest day comes and goes, and then everyone has this optimistic process where they bypass the winter and we're all looking forward to the spring. So it's a real cultural thing, which I find, it makes me chuckle. It does make me chuckle. because the winter time down here is quite spectacular and the mountains already have snow on them and they look really magnificent in that bright sunshine against the wonderful, wonderful blue sky. So it's not a time to bypass the winter time, but it's a time to celebrate a time of rest and a period of rest, a period of recalibration and just reconnection. So as much as the shortest day is almost here and then that's us, we're heading towards that springtime, we need to really just acknowledge and revel in what the winter does bring to us. Not just cold weather, but mentally and emotionally, we need the winter to feed our soul. Lots going on in terms of thinking about changing some of my work. The personal sessions has been really, really amazing. Connecting with clients I haven't spoken to for 8, 10, 12 years. It's been really, really wonderful. And what has come up for some of you is just can I just ask a quick question? So what I've done is we've created, with my wonderful computer geek, Michael, we have created a mini session, which is really just focusing on, can I ask a quick question? So it's just that one question. I've got this situation. What is the outcome, or how should I proceed, or what's the best way forward? So there's a little mini session now that you can book, and then there's the normal full session where we just sort of do that 4 pillars. We will look at your financial, your health, your well-being, your home, your career, all of those sorts of things. So the full session is the full spread, but the little mini session is that lovely, can I just ask this quick question? And that's been really interesting because I think that in itself sort of showcased that process of people feeling a little bit overwhelmed and just needing just a quick tune in and just to see what was out there. So that was really, really lovely. And the other thing that has just started to come through on the website is the meditation subscription. And so quite a few of you now have subscribed to the meditation catalogue. So it's $8 a month and you get access to all of the meditations and new meditations as I bring them forward. It's just a wonderful way of being able to access the catalogue, but to find the right meditation for the right time without having to purchase them all. And you can listen to them on your mobile devices, download them into any of your cloud-based storage devices, and then you'll have access to them there. So thank you to our lovely new subscribers. It's a new system that we've just created, and it's really lovely to see people just joining in that whole process and having access to some of the resources that just help them keep grounded or keep them growing spiritually, mentally and emotionally. So that's been really, really awesome. Our free meditation this week, I'm bringing it forward, this month, bringing it forward a week early because I'm heading away at the end of the month. So it's on Sunday the 25th, and we're going to look at the Akashic Records, past lives. You know, we have to heal the past to create the future. That's definitely the Buddhist way. And it's looking at what is a past life? Are they a thing? Do I have a past life? And how does that impact me now? And how can I then create this better future, which, as I say, is that whole Buddhist thing. We have to create good, auspicious outcomes for our future beings. So it'll be really fun to look at that. And I want to take everyone, we're going to journey on the soul train to pick up your Akashic record, and then we'll go into the halls. It's a really, really deeply healing meditation. I haven't done this one for quite some time, so I'm really excited to take a group of you on that process. Hopefully If you do book in, it will be coming to you live on YouTube rather than having to do the Zoom links. I know some people have found them quite difficult, so I'll get all of that organised in the background. So a couple of new things coming forward for my work and for those of you who are just enjoying cherry picking the meditation catalogue, both on the spiritual self-help ones and also the career and business ones, where you've maybe got to deal with customers or colleagues that can be just a little bit frustrating. So until the next time, stay grounded, just take a breath, spend time coming back to self. This is your time to come back to self and reflect on where you've been so far, but also where you're going over the next 6 months. It's been wonderful talking to you. Until the next time, take care for now. Namaste.